The boy who saved Paul. Welcome to this episode of Nameless, but not useless. Adeagbo is my name. This story is inspired by the book of Acts of the Apostles, chapter 23. The boy who saved Paul. Episode 1. More than 40 men gathered secretly. They swore a dangerous oath. They would not eat. They would not drink until one man was dead. That man was Paul the Apostle. But heaven had already positioned someone to stop them. Not a soldier, not a preacher, not a governor, a boy. A boy whose name history never recorded. Scene 1. The plot. Jerusalem was tense. The preaching of Paul the Apostle had stirred anger among many religious leaders. They could not defeat his message, so they decided to silence the messenger. More than 40 men came together. They bound themselves under a curse. They swore an oath before God and men. We will neither eat nor drink until Paul is dead. This was no empty threat. They had a plan. They would ask the Roman commander to bring Paul out again for questioning. And while he was being escorted, they would ambush him and kill him. Scene 2. Our nameless listener. But conspiracies often forget one thing. God is always listening. And sometimes He allows the smallest person to hear the biggest secret. Somewhere nearby was a boy, a young boy, the son of Paul's sister. He was not part of the meeting. He was not even looking for trouble. But somehow, he overheard the conversation. 40 men. One deadly plan. One target. His uncle. Scene 3. Courage of a child. Many adults would have ignored such information. It is not my business. Others would have been too afraid to get involved. But this boy understood something powerful. So he ran straight to the Roman barracks. He requested permission to see Paul. When he finally stood before his uncle, he whispered the shocking news. There is a plot to kill you. Scene 4. The rescue. Paul immediately called a Roman officer. Take this young man to the commander, he said. The boy repeated everything he heard. The commander listened carefully. Then he warned the boy, tell no one that you have revealed this. Immediately, the commander acted. he mobilized a powerful escort, 200 soldiers, 70 horsemen, 200 spearmen. That very night, they secretly transported Paul out of Jerusalem. The assassination plot failed. 40 men waited, but their target never came. The assassination of the enemy over your life will fail in Jesus' name. Whether they are 40 or 400 or even 4,000, their target will never come. Scene 5, the forgotten hero. The story moved on. Paul continued his journey. He would later stand before governors and even kings. But the boy, his name was never recorded. No monument, no recognition, no applause. Yet, without him, the story might have ended differently. History may not remember his name, but heaven recorded his courage. One nameless boy, one act of obedience, one moment of courage, and the purpose of a great apostle was preserved. Never underestimate what God can do through someone the world does not know. You may be nameless to men, but you are never useless to God. And this brings us to the end of the first episode of the series, Nameless but Not Useless.